friends, today we're going to be drawing something that starts with the letter U. It is an umpire. Umpire. Our umpire that we're going to draw is going to be a baseball umpire. So remember, before you start, you need to have the letter U umpire page and a box of crayons. Start by getting out the black crayon. Write your name right by that happy face at the bottom. My name is Mrs. Stevens, so I write Mrs. Stevens, but you're going to go ahead and write your name. All right, you're going to start by writing a little line right above the word umpire. Make sure it's not too close because you need to do the ground and you need to do some shoes. So you're going to go like over the letter U and draw a line. Okay, then you're going to do the same thing over the letter E. And this line should be about 2 to 3 fingers tall. Make mine a little bit taller. Make sure they're kind of even on the top and the bottom. Remember, you need space for shoes and some ground. All right, so this is his legs. So you're going to draw another one over here. And then we're going to put his pants on. And another one over here. About the same width and pants. There we go. Draw some ovals for his shoes. Oval for his shoes. And umpires always wear cleats when they go. So we're going to draw 4 little squares underneath each of our shoes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And do it over on this side too. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you need some shoelaces. We're going to draw 2 lines. They're kind of curved towards the toe. All right, then he needs some bows for his shoes. So you're going to go out and in, kind of like we've done raindrops before. Out and in for his ties. Out and in, out and back in. All right, now you're going to be drawing his head. So his head's going to be up here towards the letter U. And it's going to actually be a U shape also. It's going to be in the middle between the legs, right? So your head is between there. And you need room for a hat. So you need to probably do it about right here on your paper. Again, it's a letter U. Not too big because it is his head, but not too small because it's also his head. So about 2 fingers or 3 fingers long. From there, you're going to draw a letter U. Another one, and this one's going to be big, and it's going to come almost all the way down to where the legs are. So you're going to go right by the side of his face. You're going to go down to where his legs are, almost, and back up on the other side, about the same distance from his head on both sides. This is going to be the chest protector for the umpire. All right, you're going to draw 2 curved lines from his head out. And then to make it look 3D, we're going to do another one right next to it. And you're going to come down to the bottom. So you're following right along, right next to it. And then at the end, you're just going to curve right into the bottom. So now it looks like it's kind of 3D. All right, we're going to finish out his legs. His legs are going to come out the sides because when you're an umpire, you always crouch down or bend down. So here we go. You're going to start on the side of his chest plate, and you're going to go out. And you're going to curve down right into that line you already made. All right. And do the same thing on this side. Make sure you start about the same height. You're going to curve down into the other side. And then we're going to give him a little fold in the back of his knee. So we're going to go up. This might need to go up a little higher to make it to the back of his knee. And you're going to do this little bump. It's like, like a little crease on the pants. I'm going to do another one up here. You can extend this one up a little bit more for me. You might not have to. And a little crease over there. So there's his legs. All right, when you see an umpire, when he's saying you're out, he always sticks his thumb out and says, you're out. So we're going to draw his arm going up over here for a out sign. So you're going to start here. You're going to go up, or out, and then up. And don't go too far past his head because your hand does go up, but when you're putting it out also, it's not really go higher than your head. You're going to draw another one right next to it, following along without touching it. Remember, this is his arm. And we're going to close off his sleeve of his shirt. We're going to go ahead and draw this other one going down because he doesn't ever go 2 thumbs up. That's not out, just 1 thumb up. So you're going to go out this arm and draw the same thing like you did here, but just going down. You're going to start here, and you're going to curve and go down. Remember, they're only about this long on both sides, so maybe I make this one a little bit longer. All right, now over here, same thing. You're going to curve out and down and across. Those are his two arms. Now he needs some hands. Now our guy that we're drawing, he's actually a comic strip umpire, so he's only going to have 4 fingers. I know we have 5 fingers, but he only has 4. So we're going to give him his thumb to say you're out with, and then we're going to draw like a stump, because when you have your hand, when you say you're out, your fingers are folded like this, so that's what you're going to do. So 1, 2, 3, and back down. All right, and now we're going to make them look like they're little J's that are underneath. So from those little lines that stick out, we're going to make a J. So 1 and a 2 and a 3. Little J's going across for his fingers. Now we need to do this hand down here. Again, we're going to go thumb, and this time they're going to be longer because they're just going to be just kind of hanging out on the side of his hand. I like to go from this side and connect to the thumb, but you can go either side. And again, we're going to do 4 fingers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so when we do him, he also has a mask in his hand. So I'm going to go over here. I actually drew my knee a little too high, but that's okay. So I'm going to put his mask going behind my leg. If you have space, you're going to do it all the way. So you're going to go down like it's going to go on his face. And then I'm going to skip through like this and come back up on this side. So it's like behind his leg. But if you have space, because you drew his legs a little bit lower, you can go all the way around. All right, then you do another one right next to that on both sides for me. There we go. And then he has the little straps to go across. So if you have space to go all the way across, go all the way across. Okay, mine go like that. And then he gets one more. So you're going to go like behind the fingers and come out over here for me. Again, if you can make the whole line because you have space, you do that. All right, then you need to make his straps, and they're like rectangles. They're going to be rectangles on the side. These are the straps that hold on to his head. And there we go. So far, so good. All right, now we need to work on his face. So when you're saying you're out, you open your mouth and say out. So we're going to give him an open mouth. All right. I forgot to add this one part right here. We need to do the top part of this 3D over there and over here too. Bam. All right, there we go. So now we need his eyes, both of his eyes. All right, and then we'd like to give him a little nose. I like to do the letter C or a backward C. All right, when umpires wear their baseball hats, they wear them backwards so that their mask will fit. So we're just going to kind of do a straight line at the top of his head. And then you're going to go like this and draw the top of the baseball hat. Don't go too high. And you don't want to make it perfectly round because then it looks like it's just kind of a crazy crazy head. So we need to make it look like a hat. And then, like I said, he wears it backwards. So we're going to just go ahead and draw his bill coming out the side like that. So it's his backwards hat. All right. So umpires, their chest plate is usually like a yellow or a brown. So I'm going to color mine yellow because it just looks better. I'm going to color it all the way in. All of it around. All right. Once you have that all the way in, you can decide if you want to wear black. Some umpires wear black, or sometimes they call them blue. And so I'm going to draw them blue because most of the umpires that umpire for my son's baseball games, they wear blue, and that's what they end up calling him as like a nickname. Hey, Blue, when they want him to answer a question. So I'm going to get out my blue crayon, but if you want to do yours in black, you are more than welcome to do. We're going to do the arms, the legs, and his hat. All right. So again, I'm going to do mine blue, but you can do yours blue or black. Again, if I'm going too fast for you, you always can pause the video, right? Don't forget that. Mrs. Stevens likes to color kind of quickly, but I know for you guys, it takes a while to be perfect, right? Mrs. Stevens has been drawing for a very, very long time. Been teaching TK kids this is her 10th year now. So, doing it for a while. longer than all of you been alive. It's not crazy. I think that's crazy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and color them in. And we're going to color in the other arm. And then for the rest of his body, we're just going to pretend he's being protected by the whole thing. Remember, we're not perfect. We're always trying our best to make sure that we're doing a good job. And we need to make sure that we are following all the directions. So if Mrs. Stevens is going too fast, you can always pause the video. All right, you're going to give him some color for his eyes. It can be either blue or brown or green, depending on what you want him to have. We need to give him some ears. I forgot that. Give him 2 ears on the side of his head. And then he's going to have some hair. So you can choose black, brown, or yellow for hair, right? Because that's the color of hair. I'm going to do some brown, put it on the side. Little bits on both. I'm going to go underneath his hat so it looks like it's sticking out a little bit. All right, and then we're going to go to his mask and his shoes. I picked brown, so we're going to keep continuing with the brown. I'm going to color his mask with brown and a brown all the way around. Again, if you could have room, you can go all the way and make your whole oval and stuff and coloring it in brown. Your straps are brown. We're going to go ahead and do his cleats as well. We're going to do them brown. And the reason why I'm doing them brown is so I can still see my bow tie and my lines for my shoelaces. Because if I did it in black, you wouldn't be able to see it. So I'm going to do mine in brown. And still, I'm going to press kind of lightly so that it doesn't mess up my whole picture, right? All right, we need to add 2 more things. When he talks, he has a red tongue, right? He's yelling, "You're out!" So we're going to put him with a red tongue, saying "You're out." He also stands on brick dust, so that's usually red. So we're just going to kind of give a little bit of a shading of red underneath his feet so he's not floating in the air. I never like to leave my pictures with my characters floating in the air. So I'm going to give them some brick dust. And then we're going to go ahead and take the pink or the peach color and we're going to color in their skin. I have pink, so I'm going to do mine pink. So coloring in the skin. All right, on all of his hands and his face. So if you have peach, I don't have peach. I think one of my kids or students, probably one of my sons, have it somewhere silly because they were using it. But we can do it in pink. That's okay. All right, there we go. There's an umpire. Remember, you're going to use a magic color, which means any color you want, to trace the letter U's up at the top, capital and lowercase, and then to spell the word umpire. U-M-P-I-R, don't forget the dot, and E, umpire. And there you go, your umpire. You're out. Make sure when you're all done to submit it on Seesaw. Take a picture and hit check and check again to turn in.